Okay. So you guys should be starting on your homework that you turned in last night. Let me go and be on your guys' homework too. So Mrs. Kneifel read through them, and that's not where I wanted to go. Oops. I want to Google Classroom. Um, I read through a lot of them. And, well, I read through them all actually, and so some people took it a little bit differently than I wanted, which is totally okay. I understand how maybe people took it that way. So I have decided I'm not going to take this specifically for a grade. I just want to talk about it. Okay. So just because people took it differently, then I wasn't sure how I was going to grade it. So how I wanted you to take it was the author's purpose. And author's purpose is either A, informative. They're trying to inform you of something, tell you something. B, to persuade you of something. Or C, to entertain you. Boys and girls, what was the author trying to do here? Entertain. Yes, that is what the author's trying to do, because it was a fantasy story. They're not trying to inform you of anything, that's for sure. And persuade you to do what? They weren't saying do this. They were just telling you about the guy who had once done it. So the author was trying to persuade you by using those, using the humor in the images and all of that stuff. So the author was trying to persuade you, or was trying to entertain you. So that should have been your answer. But some of you, totally fine, I understand how you did it, took it a little bit different. And instead of saying entertain, persuade, or inform, you talked about the theme of the story. And the theme of the story, which right on, you guys totally got the theme, those of you that did it this way, was, he never gave up. He continued to try, even though he failed, 18 times, and he was getting hurt left and right and all these things. He still was persevering. So some of you wrote the theme more than the author's purpose. So if you were one of those people that said, the theme was to keep on trying, or the author wrote it to tell you about keeping, or to keep on trying and things like that, you wrote the theme, not the author's purpose. And it's totally fine. That's why I just decided not to grade them, because I didn't want people to get it wrong, because you were like on the right track. You kind of just wrote the wrong thing. Okay. So it was to entertain though, but then the theme would have been to not give up, to keep trying, yada, yada, yada. Miss Mia. I don't remember. Yeah. So it's just some of it. And by the way, entertain starts with an E, okay? Not an I. And those of you that didn't do it, lucky you. It's not for a grade, otherwise it would have been late. So thank you guys for doing it. Totally rock on. A lot of you guys did a really good story. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about. It was definitely to entertain you, okay? Now I want you to switch on over to HMH and go to the quiz. We're going to talk about it real quick. There's 5 questions, and then I will set you free to reread your story and to take the quiz. I'm telling you right now, please use the story while you're taking your quiz. Okay, do that. I would like you to do that. So I want you to click on the quiz and go to the first question. We're just going to talk about them really quickly, and then we will I will set you loose. Also, while I'm waiting for people to log on, I want to tell you something super important. We are halfway through the grading period, more than halfway through the grading period. Actually, I think we have till October 9th to get all of our AR points. And I don't know if I officially told you guys this or not, but I have officially put your current percentage of AR points in the grade book. And each Friday, I will update that. So if you only have 27% of your AR points, that's what percentage you have in the grade book right now. If you have 0 AR points, which this class, almost every single person has at least 1 AR point. So go Mrs. Civics class. You guys have more AR points than any of the other classes. You're super close to bronze. So go you, Dylan. But anyway, so those percentages are in the grade book, and I can make comments to your parents. So in there, I explain, AR, blah, 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 this grade will be changing. Every Friday, I will update it. So if you go home and your parents are like, why do you have 27% for your AR points? You can tell them, it's because I don't have all my AR points yet. The grade's going to be changing next week. I put a date every single time I update it, so your parents know the last time it was updated. But I just want the grade to be in there so you can see how much it affects you if you choose not to get those points. Does that make sense? So it's in there for you to see, but it will change next Friday. It'll change until October 9th. Okay? Some of you have all your points, and in that case, you have more. Also, if you get more than 20 points, I will give you up to 110%. So, like if you have 21 points, you'd get 101%. If you have 25 points, you get 105%. After you hit 30 points, I don't go any higher than 110. So Dylan over here has 61 points. Go you. But he has 110. I'm not going to give him 150%. That just wouldn't make any sense. So So I go up to 110% for extra credit. So that was just my disclaimer. Okay, that is in there. So some of you, your parents may be real salty at you when you get home because you don't have those points, which hopefully will just be a little kick in the pants to start getting your points. Yes, Ethan. If you have a 0% in your AR, your grade definitely was lowered today, for sure. Yes. 10 points is like 50%. Okay, but it's like I said, I wrote in there that the grade changes, and if your parent doesn't believe you, they can read that. And if they still don't believe you, tell them to email me, and I'll explain it to them how it works. I just put it in there in advance, because if I don't put it in there till October 9th, you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much it'll affect my grade, when it will affect your grade. Okay, so no one panic. You still have plenty of time. That being said, you guys need to be reading. As soon as your quiz is over today, you need to be AR reading. If you are done with all your AR points, you may ask me to do something else, or of course you can read, but you need to ask me. It is not free for all. I am going to try to, maybe if I get to it, make a list of those of you that are missing some assignments, because I know there are some of you that are missing assignments. But all this besides the point, go to assignments. We're going to take the quiz. We're going to talk about it real quick, the 5 questions. I don't have mine up on my computer, so I'm going to stand behind Miss Jackie and read. So, well, you can press it. I want to touch your computer. So the first question talks about the main idea of the section, the end and the beginning. So right there, you're going to go reread the end and the beginning and find the main idea. We've talked about the main idea / central idea. It is what, if I was like, hey, what's the end and the beginning about? You could tell me in one sentence, okay? Go to number 2. Yes. What? I can't hear you. Okay, exit out and get back in. Hopefully my computer can still hear me back there. The next one is about a vocabulary word using context clues. And it is a word we should all know anyways, determination. We should know that word, so hopefully everyone gets that one right. Go to number 3. Number 3, how does Captain Arsenio react to the challenges he faces? React is like, how does he give up? Does he continue trying? Does he blame everyone else? We should know the answer to that one. Go to the next one. Number 4 is, how is the entries from like the narrator speaking to us different than the diary? So the diary entries are straight from the diary, and the regular passages are a narrator telling us the story. Okay? And then the last one is the way, how does the narrator describe Captain Arsenio? Like, obviously he doesn't, he thinks he's foolish, original, but also fantastic. Remember, those are quotes from the thing. So how does he actually view him? So right now, I'm going to let you go. You're going to reread your story or have it read to you. I don't care which one. Second, you're going to take the quiz and you're going to use the story to help you. And then number 3, you're just going to read for AR until the end of this. Like I said, if you do have all 20 of your AR points, you may ask me to do something else. If you are in my reading RTI and you need to take the Diary of a Wimpy Kid quiz, feel free to do that. Go you. And that is what all I have to say today. Does anyone have any questions? If not, I will let you go.